Welcome into sportsbookreview.com. I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
And this is the college football show. Today, Tuesday, it is our pick show. We are excited about this. Obviously, the first one of the year. Major college football is officially back. It's September. We're ready to rock and roll. But before we get into all of this, do us a favor. Go ahead and like the video if you like the content, of course. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and that way you'll be notified every single time we go live, etc. You want to stay right here with us. We're going to be with you through the entire college football season. You may say that Tuesday is a little early for picks. We beg to differ. There is value on the board right now, and we're going to go ahead and dive into them. Go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF and stay up to date with all of the content from Sportsbook Review over there. We've got some great writers, etc. Make sure that you stay dialed in, or you can just go down into the description and click the links in there. It is much easier that way. So, Chris, we are, Paul said, when does it kick off? It kicks off at 8 p.m. Central Time, and it's on CBS Sports Network. It is going to be a good time. I'm telling you. The first FBS game of the year. You got the Sun Belt, you got Conference USA, and it's happening right in our backyard. I mean, we're based in the Memphis, Tennessee area. It's just about 5 hours south of us. So we're kind of excited about it. Look, Southern Miss 6-3 against the spread as a 10-plus point favorite at home over the last 3 years. But we can just toss all these trends out. This year is not a typical year. This is not normal. I mean, we're not going to get anything close to this. However, as badly as I talked about South Alabama in our Sun Belt preview, I kind of like South Alabama here. They're getting some love here with the plus 15. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go South Alabama plus 15 on this. I really like what they did with Desmond Trotter at quarterback last year. They went 4-1 against the spread down the stretch. Offense looked a lot better. They returned a bunch on offense. They got problems there. Steve Campbell, the coach, has not been good. But they were making strides at the end of last season. Southern Miss has got a few issues here and there. Not anything crazy, but they lose some guys. Now, they've got a fantastic quarterback in Jack Abraham. But I think this is one of those early season games. We saw it with Central Arkansas and Austin Peay. I think this is one of those spots where you're just going to kind of feel it out. Everybody's going to be a little vanilla. You're not going to throw everything out there in the first game. It's not a conference game for either one of them. And South Alabama is going to be pushing for any kind of win that they can get, right? I think this comes down pretty close. I'm going to go South Alabama plus the 15.
So I'm going the other way on that. I like Southern Miss. You can find them at minus 14. I like them. I like you take the best number you can get, shop around, find the number you want. Listen, we're early in a weird season. You're going to see us talk about this for the first couple of weeks now as teams are starting to play their first games. Abnormal spring or virtually no spring.
Yes.
And very strange camps getting up to snuff. Give me the redshirt senior quarterback that has led this team, that has been a part of this team, that knows this team. You've got a coach and a quarterback that have been together for a long time. And I will take cohesion. I will take comfortability. And this kid's a playmaker. He's a gamer. I don't think they're going to have many problems with South Alabama. I don't think South Alabama is very good this year. And I expect kind of big things from Southern Miss this year.
Okay.
I think if you're going to be great and you're good, well, maybe not great. If you're going to be good and you're Southern Miss, you got to beat up on the first guy of the year. You just got to beat him by 2 touchdowns. Get 3 scores on them. You win this bet. You're good.
Thomas Robinson jumps in on YouTube. He said South Alabama is going to get smoked. Hey, that's fine. If they lose by 2 touchdowns, I'm still a winner with my plus 15. And you can find all of these odds over at sportsbookreview.com or go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. The odds will be right there. Very simple stuff. Let's go ahead and move into the Saturday slate. And we're going to start with rotation 241 and 242. That is Middle Tennessee State at Army. This is a 12:30 kickoff. It is also on CBS Sports Network. They have got Army's rights for this season.
Right.
So, look, initially, you look at it and you say Middle Tennessee State. I like Rick Stockstill. I like, Asher O'Hara, the quarterback. He's a star in the making, all this kind of stuff. Here's the issue. They were number 101 in rushing defense last year. They've got several underclassmen that are coming in on that line. They hadn't had a whole lot of time to prep for that triple option. Very young, very young. Middle Tennessee State, number 99 in defensive success rate last year, number 97 in expected point average per run last year.
I was just about to say,
yes,
it's all about the run.
Oh yeah, and
They
Army
can't stop it. And what does Army do?
Army's number 11 in offensive EPA.
They just
per
run
rush.
They just run the football.
If Middle Tennessee State cannot get a stop here, you're not going to have Asher O'Hara on the field very much. I like Army -3 in this spot. Now you can find them -3 pretty much across the board.
-3 is the best number we've got so far as of Tuesday night. But and I don't expect it to get any lower than that, to be honest.
I don't either.
But I'll tell you this: I like Army -3 as well. Same pick here. Here's the difference. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret of what I feel. I think Army's gonna beat them bad.
You might be right. Look,
we have a saying here that we've always said. We actually made T-shirts a while back that said this: football is. We love passing. We love
at its basic core.
The way that it has become this fun, crazy throw the ball around. Everybody scores 60 points. It's a lot of fun to watch. At its core, if you run the ball and stop the run, you beat the hell out of people.
Yes.
And that's what Army is going to do to MTSU. And there's nothing they can do about it. That's the problem, because you can't stop it. They better be a lot better against the run if they want to keep it close.
Yeah.
So I think this number is going to grow. It's not going to grow to a point where I wouldn't touch it up till game time.
As long as it's under a touchdown.
Yeah. I'm not getting credit.
I'm willing to go a long
seen
way.
A line in one? This line has been available for a couple of weeks now. Have we seen a line grow more than 4 points in a couple of days? Without a major injury.
Yeah, Navy and BYU, but we'll get into that here in a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right.
Yeah, no, it can definitely grow. Here's the thing. I mean, Army opened at -3. They opened at -4.
Yep.
It is down to -3 at most books, which is surprising, right? It's just a little weird.
Makes me a little nervous that somebody out there thinks differently than us. But
yes,
I just don't know how they stop this run game.
I don't either. I have no idea, and I wish that I wish good things on MTSU.
Army always starts the season off hot,
and we're big fans of Army's coach. Big fans.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm a Monken believer.
And they for sure had a down year last year. Now remember,
they had good start.
They had winning seasons for 3 straight years, and I'm talking 8-5, and then 10-3, and then 11-2. And last year the bottom fell out. I think that they are ready to hop back on this. They're at home. I like them in the spot. Now, again, trends and whatnot. Army not great against the spread at home, but it doesn't matter this year. It's just not the same.
It's just
so. Toss the trends out, is what it is. We both like Army -3 in this spot. You can find it at multiple books. Go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF to find those odds. With that said, we are going to move into the second game of the day, and that would be number 239 and 240 rotation numbers, SMU at Texas State. Now, this one's on ESPN. I believe it's a 4:30 p.m. Central Time kick. All right, that may be Eastern. I didn't write it down. Either way, it's an ESPN afternoon kickoff. SMU going down to visit Jake Spavital in that bunch. Look, just because Rhett Lashley left SMU does not mean that offense is going to stop. However, the number here is a little bit crazy, right? It opened at -20.5 for SMU. It's all the way up to like -22.5 in some spots. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how much I trust that. Now, they did beat Texas State last year by 30 points. They beat them 47-17. This year, Spavital takes over the offensive play calling. More than likely, they're going to have Brady McBride at quarterback rather than Tyler Vitt. I don't know what that says because we haven't seen McBride on the field very much when he was at Memphis. So maybe it's better. Maybe. I don't know. But I will say this. Texas State's defense was not awful last year. And they brought in a bunch of depth on their defensive line, on whatever else. And I'm not going to touch this number, but the over continues to go up. The total continues to go up. It opened at 66.5, and it is now at 70.5 at most books. I mean, it's insane. I'm going to go under that 70.5. Last year, 47-17, didn't touch it. I think that SMU goes a little vanilla here. They don't have to beat the mess out of this team. I don't think Texas State scores a lot, but also think that they can run the football on SMU, and I think that's going to eat up a little bit of clock. I think this will be a little lower scoring than people predict. Now, I'm not getting close to the 22.5. I ain't touching a side on this. But I'm going to take the under 70.5 because SMU plays TCU the next week. 100-year anniversary, and they beat TCU last year. I think they could probably do it again. They're not going to show everything that's in the playbook. I kind of like the under here. That's the way that I'm rolling.
All
so,
right.
what do you like about that?
That's probably a fine bet. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Listen, Sonny Dykes never had vanilla in his entire life. Okay? he just hasn't. This guy doesn't know how to pull the reins back. He only knows one way to play football, and that is fast and that is loose. That's it. I've watched him coach for a long time. It doesn't matter who his OC is. That chair changes every couple of years, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. That chair changes every couple of years. And guess what? Same constant is still Sonny Dykes putting up points. Okay,
especially senior quarterback Shane Bichelle.
Oh no, and he's got a veteran that can throw it. So I think 3 scores, 3 touchdowns doesn't scare me. You can get 21.5 somewhere. I think they blow them out. I think they beat them pretty bad. And you know me, you guys will learn as we go through this season together. I do not like chalk. The first thing I told Gary was I really hate my picks this week. Why? Because I'm taking 3 favorites. I don't know that I've ever done that before. Now I've only got 5 options.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just didn't like any dog. And so I'm doing what I think is right. I'm going with Sonny Dykes. I'm going with Shane Bichelle. I'm going with the guys that I know and I trust. And I think you think they're worried about showing something for TCU. They're not worried at all about that. You don't think he's got 4 or 5 games worth of plays before he starts running the same play twice? No, this is an offensive genius that has been doing this for a long time.
That's very true.
He is not afraid of anything. I just don't know that he knows how to go slow.
He may not.
I don't know that he knows how to play vanilla. I think I will tell you this, if they play vanilla, there's a chance they might get got because I don't think that's how Sonny Dykes' brain works.
I don't know about all that, man.
Texas
State is so bad.
But you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
That's the problem. And so I'm taking the side. And I'm not touching the total because would it shock me if they hang 50 on them? No. Hung 50 on Memphis.
That's true. That is true.
So
look, they scored a lot last year. I mean, they 100% did that. But this is first game of the year. Not a lot of practice time, etc.
Even knocking rust off, you're still going to score. So that's my opinion. It's my feeling.
Totally fair. By the way,
like it.
People are going to see us take different sides on things pretty regularly. Oh, yeah. That's what we
see
do.
The world real different.
So, but yeah, every now and then we're going to pick the same game and we're going to go opposite sides, and it is what it is. If you want to keep up with our picks and whatnot, the results of the picks, we'll just post them on our social media feed. You can find it. I'm at Gary WCE.
I'm at Chris B. Giannini.
Just follow us on Twitter. We will post it out on Sunday. We'll talk about it on the next week's show as well. Parlay King 513 jumps in on YouTube. He said, "What's up? What is up, everybody that is in? We are glad that you guys are in on the chat and that you're watching the show. We'll be doing this every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And to go ahead and give you a schedule before we get into the last 2 games, we are going to be doing the opening line show on Monday mornings. We will be doing the pick show on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Starting next week, we will be doing a Thursday kind of news question and answer whatever show on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Central. And then our closing line show on Saturday mornings, just to kind of go over any injuries, anything, any kind of value and whatnot that has happened. You can go ahead and hop in, stay up here with us. It's going to be a good year. Go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF to make sure that you stay on top of all of the content that SBR has got for you. Now, let's move into the Saturday night primetime game. It's happening right here in our backyard. That would be Arkansas State at Memphis, rotation number 237 and 238. Look, Mike McIntyre, Memphis' new defensive coordinator, he's pretty good at figuring out kind of hokey offenses, right? And that's not to say that Arkansas State's got a hokey offense, but
he's a professional defensive coordinator. He's a professional coach. He was a head coach. This guy's a grown-up.
Yes, he certainly is. And that Memphis defense, I think, is slightly underrated. Slightly underrated. Now,
they got speed, but
they also got some defensive linemen.
Big plays all the time.
They got some defensive linemen, and I don't think that Arkansas State can match up with them talent-wise.
You're probably right.
However,
I agree with that.
Look, Arkansas State loses 2,500 plus receiving yards from last year. They lose 29 touchdowns. And this is just from 2 guys last year. Those were their studs on offense. They're getting back quarterback Logan Bonner. I don't know if he's going to start or if it's going to be Lane Hatcher. One or the other. Everything points to Logan Bonner right now. Now, they haven't announced who it is, but everybody seems to be reporting that Logan Bonner has been working with the first team. All of this coming out, I still like Arkansas State plus 19 here. Ryan Silverfield in his first game. This is going to be weird. This is a big number. Joseph Gomez jumps in. Chris is the peanut butter. Gary's the jelly. We're the bread. How crazy is this? Parlay King said, I'm so hyped about college football. So are we. So are we. Arkansas State plus 19 is my official go. And on top of that, I like the under 74. No Kenneth Gainwell. We still got to figure out what's going on. You and I have seen Brady White kind of lose his head a little bit here and there.
No, I am staying away from Memphis until I watch. I need one game to watch, and I'll have a better feeling about it. I don't care who they play. I love Brady White. He worries me, man. He worries me.
I can understand it. Memphis did lose a lot of weapons off of that offense last year, and you thought you had Gainwell to sit here with, and
you spent all spring practicing with Gainwell. I say all spring, all summer practicing with him, like he's gonna. Walking out late hurts.
Yes,
walking out late real hurt.
The
really
week
hurts.
of the game,
because you're game planning with this kid in mind, and now all of a sudden you're game planning without him.
Yes.
And you're talking about probably the most important piece.
Yeah, I would say so.
Outside of White.
No,
White plays great. Gainwell's it. White plays bad. White's the most important piece.
DeMonte Coxey, the wide receiver, massive piece. Pop Williams coming back off of an injury for Memphis. Yes, they are going to be able to score. That is not going to be much of a problem.
They're still going to put points up.
And
they're definitely going to put points up in this game.
I think this may be a little bit closer than people think. I mean,
I'm not,
74
I'm not
points.
I'm scared.
74 points is a ton of points. Arkansas State last year, I mean, they hung with SMU in the first game of the year, and it was 37-30. So that's 67. That still doesn't get you to 74.
Nope.
So,
no. I would, if you told me you got to make a pick, I would take the points and I would take the under.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
I am not touching it.
I am taking Arkansas State plus 19. You can find that at multiple places. And then the under 74. Now make sure you go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. Make sure you get the best odds, right? You can shop right there for whichever book. And that's what we do. We shop. We do all those things. We will each have a written article over on the website. So make sure you check it out. sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. Let's go ahead and talk about the last game of the weekend, and it'll be on Monday night, Labor Day evening. And I am hyped about this one. BYU at Navy. It is rotation 243 and 244. Look, this line has moved drastically. I mean, just unbelievably. Navy was a 3-point favorite when this thing opened up. When we talked about it on the opening line show, it was already down to -2. It got all the way to Navy +2. Navy was an underdog in their own house. And I understand, right? Because BYU, on paper, the more talented team, right? So you see this and you're, okay, well, they've got all this time to be able to prep for Navy and whatnot. Yeah, but how much time do they really have to prep for Navy, right? How much time do you have to prep for that triple option when you're trying to get in all these new guys? They lost their top 4 receivers from last year. You've got all these different things. Parlay King says triple option. I love Navy. Look, on top of that, yesterday, BYU tight end Matt Bushman was carted off the field. He will be out this week. There's no telling how long he's going to be out. He was their second highest graded player on the team. He was one of those top 4 receivers.
Yeah, he was a stud.
He was an absolute stud. So you lose another offensive weapon. Look, BYU was number 87 in defensive success rate last year, number 57 EPA per rush. That ain't good when you're going up against the triple option. That's it. You got to be focused. You got to be on your game. And they got some young dudes, guys that haven't been on the field that much on defense. That might be a problem. Navy's defense, pretty stout. Secondary returns 3 starters, and they are studs. They were unbelievable. Lots of experience. They were an unbelievable pass defense last year. Just an unbelievable overall defense last year. So I am rolling with Navy plus 1.5 here. You can get positive odds on the money line, and I'm going to do that as well.
So we talked Sunday night in preparation for all of this week. And we kind of talk about guessing lines. What do we think the line is going to be before we even look at the lines? And I thought Navy +2. That's what I thought the line was going to be, Navy +2. It was Navy -3. The analytic guys that we kind of follow and listen to said it should be Navy -8. I thought, oh, all right, I am missing something. And then now it's where I thought it would be. That stinks, man. That scares the hell out of me. I can't make sense of it. It's exactly where I thought it should be.
Yeah.
And I would like Navy. I'm gonna just take my chances with just missing on one. Because BYU, I think there's way too much stink around this line.
Who do you think has the bigger fan base?
BYU, and it's not close.
I think that's
I don't think
part
it's
of
close.
this. I think that's part of this.
But I think it's okay. Who has the bigger fan base is different. As a nation, everybody is betting Navy except for BYU fans.
Well, according to SBR,
but I'm just saying, all right, who is everyone rooting for? Who's not where they're betting? Who is everybody rooting for as a nation? Everybody in the nation is betting is rooting for Navy over. You got BYU fans bigger than Navy fans.
True.
Not the same question. They're two totally different things.
Obviously, this is Tuesday. This may equal back out.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we have no idea where this thing's going to land.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you the fact that the analytics had it so far away and the number opened so far off from where I originally thought it should, even though it landed so far where I think it should have opened, I just don't know what to think. And when I get confused, I just walk away.
That makes sense. That
because
is the
I'd rather just in my head think you're a moron than do something moronic.
It may be moronic. I mean, I've got 6 bets this week.
No, that's fine. I'm not saying you're.
No. I know
that's
you're
how
not.
I feel. I'm speaking for myself. I am a moron.
I'm saying
I just don't want other people to know that.
I'm saying that I may be a moron for betting this many games. I mean, I had 2 bets on Central Arkansas in Austin Peay last week.
What I'm actually going to bet and what I'm picking on here is different. Not different. I'm never going to pick different than what I give. I'm a gambler. I'm a degenerate.
Oh, yeah. Once it gets to Saturday.
I'm going to bet on everything. This is the only game going Monday. I'm going to have action on it.
Yeah.
I just don't feel strong enough to make a pick.
That makes sense. To give out an official pick.
I just like what I do with I'll piss my money away way before I try to piss away my reputation. I go make more. I got a job. I'll go make more money.
I love it. Anything that I give out on here, this is something I have already bet. I make this.
Oh, I agree. No. All of these are tickets I own.
Yes. So these are the tickets that we own. Now, what we do on Saturday, anything goes on Saturday. We'll be.
Yeah, but a lot of things go into effect on how my Saturday goes.
That's a valid point. Valid point. All right. There are no other games that are on the board currently.
Short week.
They do have rotation numbers for Thursday night for Central Arkansas and UAB. However, no lines anywhere. I have looked across the
we'll get to that game next week.
But no. It's this week. It's Thursday. It's Thursday night. But
wait a minute.
Central Arkansas UAB.
Central Arkansas. I was thinking Miami. I was like, wait a minute. I've missed a week.
Nope. We are all good. But yeah, Central Arkansas UAB. Pay attention to that line. If it is,
that probably won't come out until
game day.
Yeah, Thursday.
Probably on Thursday.
I would bet on Thursday because Central Arkansas just played.
That's my guess.
I would, and it's what, a 5-day turnaround, 6-day turnaround,
5-day turnaround, and they have to go all the way back down to Alabama because they were in Montgomery. Then they turned right back.
Did they go home?
Yeah, they went to Conway.
Oh, I wouldn't have.
You'd have just hung out in Alabama.
Why not? Find a practice field, get a Marriott, get a Hilton, get a hotel.
I mean, it's not that far, right?
But why? Just stay there.
Okay, that's a valid point.
Hang out. Mobile's fun.
I mean, it's about.
Don't besmirch.
Well, no, it wasn't Mobile. It was in Montgomery.
That's like literally 45 minutes away from Mobile, isn't it?
An hour plus. Yeah, it's okay. You're probably right.
Okay,
just go down to the beach for a few.
Go down to the beach for a couple of days. Find a hotel, practice.
If we find out that's what they did,
anyway, it wouldn't change my opinion. I'm going.
Oh, of course you are. I was going to say
I don't care what the number is. I'll just tell you, I am a fan. We'll address that. I'm a fan more than an analytical guy. I bet with fandom a lot. I will bet on Bill Clark. I will never bet against Bill Clark.
I will bet against my favorite team if I see value on the board.
He does all the time. It bothers me.
Yeah, Chris and I do not see things eye to eye.
Really badly.
But that's why we're here. We got to give two different perspectives, and I think that's why we get along so well.
I don't know that we get along.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We appreciate you guys letting us take up your time this afternoon. Make sure that you are subscribed to the show. Go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF and make sure that you stay up to date with all the content that Sportsbook Review has for you. We have some great writers. We have great guys providing content. The guys on the NFL show, the MLB show, the NBA show, etc. They're all fantastic. So if you want to stay up to date with the most content, go over to the Sportsbook Review YouTube page. Make sure that you are subscribed and make sure you go to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. With that said, anything else we need to hit?
That's it, brother.
That is it. All right. We appreciate you guys for hanging out. For sportsbookreview.com, I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
And we will see you guys next time.